Welcome to Fanfiction Pals, your little nook for comfort and imagination. Here, stories come alive, one cozy chapter at a time. So grab a blanket, relax, and let's continue beyond Madagascar. The Penguin Files, written by Roxy Devine, edited by Direwolf Emily, and narrated by 11 Labs. Chapter 3. Chaos Has a Name. Back with Kowalski. It didn't take long for the worry to settle in. Honestly, Kowalski was surprised it took any time at all. Things had started well enough. In hopes of getting their mind off of Skipper's absence, Kowalski did his best to try and keep the team busy with tasks. We can start by doing an inventory check. He insisted, trying to sound enthusiastic. Neither Private nor Rico shared his efforts. Regardless, the three went from tent to tent checking inventory, while Alex and the other performers rehearsed for their next show. "Marty, you have to remember to wait for the cue," Alex yelled over the sound of a cannon. "Sorry, I got excited," Marty yelled as he was propelled through the air. Got a sec?" Private asked him, notebook in hand. Alex looked down. "Sure, what can I do ya for?" "Inventory," Private said. "Anything bent or broken?" He sighs and looks even close to tears. "Oh man, what's wrong?" Alex asked. Private sniffled. "It's nothing really, I just really miss him." "Him?" Alex looked around. "Who's missing?" He notices the answer to his question as soon as he says it. "Wait, where's Skipper?" "He's on a mission." Private sniffled. Kowalski cleared his throat warningly. "Private," he whispered. Alex gets the gesture. "Say no more, it's probably top secret, so you can't tell me, and if you did, you'd have to kill me." "Correct, correct, and you know it, mister," Kowalski jokes, though it sounds forced. "Not like we could." Private sighed. "Tell you that is." "You mean you don't know where he is?" Alex is now also worried, and rightfully so. Whenever they were in a jam, Skipper was always the one who took charge and fixed everything. "I called Eva," Kowalski admitted. It was true he had called her shortly after Skipper left. "But all I got was her voicemail." He sighed. Talking about Eva was hard. After they shared their, moment after the events with Dave, he thought it meant they would start going steady as a couple. But after 30 days of no calls and several voicemail messages left by himself on her phone, he was beginning to get the silent message that she wanted to keep things professional. Which was a bummer to say the least. Private pat his back knowingly. Who knows, maybe she will actually call back. Yeah. Rico grunted. He hated to see the scientist down. Kowalski looks doubtful and goes to express said notion when his phone rings. It's an earpiece that can receive long-range communications. Kowalski had designed it after their encounter with the North Wind so he could talk to Eva. Not that she ever answered his calls. Until now. "Hi, Eva." He answers a little too excitedly, and he knows it. "Kowalski, you called," Eva said, her voice as angelic as ever. If he was in his right mind, he'd point out the fact that he called 1,000 times a day. But right now, he had more important matters than their maybe relationship. "Skipper, is he all right?" he exclaimed. He never called us when he landed, which should have been several hours ago. "From what I heard from the boss, he arrived safely," she assured him. With the time change and the high importance of this case, he might be finding it hard to find the time to call. "Oh, well, I guess that's understandable." Kowalski drew out, giving his brothers the A-OK gesture to signal that Skipper was fine. Private sighed in relief, and Rico visibly relaxed a bit. "Well, if that's everything," Eva began, but Kowalski cut her off. "No." Again, it was too loud, too eager, and he could hear the silent, wincing sound she made. "Sorry, I was wondering, did you get my other calls?" "Yes, I did," she answered. They were sweet. Kowalski smiled. "But I think we should keep things professional." Kowalski cut in. "Yeah, I got that message," he said, his smile falling. "Kowalski, I like you," Eva admitted. "But relationships in our line of work?" She trailed off. What about it? Kowalski asked, though he knew the answer. They never tend to work, she told him. Just promise me he will stay safe, Kowalski demanded. Please. I will, Eva said, and then added, and I am sorry, Kowalski. Yeah, me too. Kowalski sighed and hung up. Eva feels a pang of guilt, but she has no time to dwell on it. She had work to do. Besides, this was for the best. It was better to stop things now before it got too deep. This way she wouldn't get hurt. And neither would he. It was just easier that way. Private gave Kowalski a pat on the back. Sorry, he said, getting the picture without having to be told. Story of my life, Kowalski retorted. Her loss. Rico grunted in a fit of gibberish that only his brothers ever understood. So, when is Skipper getting back? Alex asked hopefully. No clue, Kowalski said. But Eva says he's safe, and I trust her. Dude, she just dumped you over the phone after ignoring you for a month and leading you on with a kiss, Alex pointed out. Yes, I know. Thank you for reminding me, Kowalski yelled. Just saying, Alex said. I know, but I also know Eva, and she never breaks a promise, he said, and she won't break this one. I hope you're right. Alex sighed. Because if Skipper isn't back in a week, we'll have to leave without him, or we will miss our next stop of our tour. He added, walking back over to the rehearsal. Private and Rico look at Kowalski worryingly. Don't worry, he'll be fine. He'll make it, she promised, Kowalski vowed. Unfortunately, it was a vow that neither he nor Eva could keep. Back with Skipper. Skipper knew that Classified had warned him to cut ties with Hans as soon as he got the information from him. But Skipper found the task difficult, and the reason why soon showed itself as he got ready to leave. Do you know where to go from here? Hans asked as they made for the exit. No. Skipper admitted and looked grateful as the puffin pulled out a map. Sorry, I don't have an English translation, just Dutch. He informed him as he showed him the map. But if you follow this main road here, the park is 5 miles south of the Prime Minister's home, which is right here. Skipper nodded. That seemed straightforward enough. But what if the rabbit made a run for it, and Skipper lost him in the chase? He wouldn't be able to navigate with a map that he couldn't even read. He looked up from the map to see that Hans was already leaving through the hidden entrance. You know, maybe, Skipper began. Maybe what? Hans asked, not turning around. Maybe you could tag along as my guide. Skipper suggested quickly. I would have a better advantage with vast knowledge of the land. Well, I don't have any pending missions at the moment. Hans sounds thoughtful but has yet to turn around. On the other hand, I could be seen as going rogue myself for helping you any further without permission. Skipper can feel the fear of rejection weighing heavily on him. He knows such fears shouldn't worry him. As a leader, he should be able to adapt to anything. However, the fact that Hans was not quick to answer gave him some comfort. If the puffin wanted to betray him, he would have jumped at the opportunity to stay by his side. You know what? Why not? Hans suddenly said. It's been a while since I've done anything reckless. Skipper felt the relief wash over him instantly as the puffin faced him, a look of sincerity on his face. Can't you just feel the excitement? Hans asked. I live for the thrill of every mission, and I can tell my friend that you do too. Friend? Skipper asked as he caught up to him. Oh yeah, Hans said. I can tell that we are going to be the best of friends. He assured Skipper as he gently pushed him ahead. The best, now hurry or we'll miss our mark. Skipper nodded and took the lead, the puffin close by his side. His focus was zeroed in on the mission. Had it been anywhere else, however, he would have noticed the danger. The danger that was taking the form of a sly, mischievous smile on the puffin's face. Somewhere hidden in an underwater submarine. Boss? A nervous-looking lobster walked over to a shadowy silhouette. His name was Fred. Not that it mattered, his mysterious employer always called him something else. This better be good, Red One, his boss said. Our informant has news, Fred said fearfully. Well, spit it out already. His boss snapped as a loud, almost breathing sound can be heard. Yes, the rabbit has fled, Fred said fearfully. Fled, his boss growled. Does he not know what I hold against him? He screamed. I'm pretty sure I told him. You did, sir, Fred said. Our intel tells us that he managed to get caught. Caught? You mean Northwind is onto us? This could ruin everything. His boss sounds frustrated, and rightfully so. He had waited many years for this. He got away, but we managed to get a hold of some video footage. Fred continued. Looks like the idiot was so dumb he was spotted making copies. He hands his boss a small laptop with the footage of Marshall in the office downloading paper copies. I mean, who even uses paper these days? Fred went on. The boss notices how Marshall continues to shift his gaze to the camera and smiles. He's not an idiot. The sack of fleas wanted to get caught. But isn't he afraid of what we'll do? Fred asked. Apparently, I underestimated his loyalty. The boss said with a hum sound. I told you we should have had the informant get it for us. Fred voiced freely. It is too early to expose our spy. We might need her later. The boss reasoned. What don't I get is, why? If he wasn't going to help us, why take the job in the first place? Fred asked. Why not just die here and get it over with? Did he really think he could escape your wrath? No, he wanted to tip them off. The boss explained. Now they know who to track down. We could eliminate him. Fred began to calculate a solution. No, not without the information. If we deal with him, if he dies, Northwind can still retrieve the information. And all of this will be for nothing. He looks thoughtful. But if we can manage to retrieve the briefcase before Marshall can warn the Northwind, then they will have no proof of our existence. Nothing but his death, which will give them no leads. The boss pulled out a detonator. Boss that only works if he's within range. Fred reasoned. He is out of the country? The boss asked. He had no intention of using it just yet, but thought it was wise to have it on him at all times. If at any moment his identity could be compromised, then ending the agent's life may be the only way he could keep his existence hidden from the enemy. Where is he? He asked. Copenhagen. Fred managed to blurt out fearfully. The boss was known for his fits of rage, and it didn't always end well for him. The boss nodded. Chart a course to Denmark. He shouted the order to a lobster at the controls of the sub. He then turned to Fred. Once there, I will be counting on you to retrieve the information. He told him. Once you have it, I will push the detonator and eliminate Marshall. Now, this is important. I must know all my enemy's agents, but in order for this advantage to stay an advantage I cannot be seen, they cannot know of me. Do you understand? Yes, boss. Fred answered as he started to relax, sensing he had dodged a bullet. Perhaps I can strike a deal with one of the puffins. No doubt Northwind will have enlisted their help. You don't really think Northwind would be stupid enough to trust this sensitive operation in the hands of a foreign agency without one of their agents there to back up their interest? His boss asked. They might, but the bunny will run, boss. Fred reasoned. If he gets within 50 feet of any active Northwind field agent, then we won't need the detonator. He'll blow up on his own. Yes, but perhaps another. America has several freelancers out there. The boss went on. If there is a freelancer, our informant told us nothing about it, Fred reasoned. Wouldn't be the first time she withheld information. His boss pointed out. You forget she is not supplying us with information willingly. No matter. Freelancers are easy to bribe, Fred assured him. Almost as easy as those puffins. The boss nodded. Very well. When we get there, you will handle things as you see fit. Yes, boss, Fred said. And one more thing. The boss whispered as he finally stepped, or rather glided forward on his blue scooter into the light, revealing a bottlenose dolphin with a glowing red eye. Fail me, Red One, and I will show no mercy. He warned gravely. Fred gulped. Yes, Dr. Blowhole. He managed to squeal before making a hasty retreat to get ready for his mission. Dr. Blowhole allowed his departure, even though the bottom feeder had not asked to be dismissed. He looked out at the passing waters before him as the sub guided them through deep waters and towards Copenhagen. He wasn't sure why, but something gnawed at him. "Can you feel it?" He asked no one in particular. The waves of destiny were churning, preparing to crash over them. No over him. "You seem rather happy." One of the lobster pilots spoke. "And I shouldn't be?" Blowhole asked in a daring tone. "Well," the lobster pilot, Joe, cleared his throat, knowing what he said now would be the difference between life and death. "Usually you get angry when the plan doesn't go as planned. Violently angry," he added. Dr. Blowhole nodded. This was true. But this time it was different. He could feel it in the air. Something had changed. He knew this feeling, though he had never felt it before. He knew that this was what it must be. The only thing it could be. A new player has entered the game. He realized out loud. A worthy foe, one that I have longed for some time. "Longed for?" Joe asked. "Why, of course." Blowhole laughed. "After all, where's the fun in taking over the world if there's no one who tries to stop me?" Joe hadn't thought of it that way. But then again, no one really thought like Blowhole. And that very fact was why Blowhole tried not to get his hopes up too high. He knew Northwind would send someone to retrieve the information, and to send him meant that the agency must think highly of him. Yet, Blowhole could think of no one. None of the freelancers they ever worked with in the past would have been trusted with such highly classified information. So, to trust this one with every name and secret identity of every known and unknown agent of the Northwind. It spoke volumes about their capabilities as an agent and their character, meaning Red One would not be able to sway him. No, this agent would have to be willing to win at all costs, no matter what. Yes, that was it. The source of his excitement, a foe willing to do whatever it took to win, just like him. Well, he sure hoped this new foe was ready, because chaos was about to ensue, and that chaos had a name that would haunt him for years, and that name was Dr. Blowhole. To be continued. We truly appreciate you taking the time to read this story. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Your feedback means a lot and helps support future writing. Thank you again, and we hope to see you in the next chapter. Sincerely, Fanfiction Pals.